Okay, look, here is my second presentation for GV3. This one is about Metroid Legends. It is a 2D side-scroller, much similar to Metroid Zero Mission or Metroid Fusion, except the fact that it does not have Samus as its main character. In fact, Samus isn't even in this game. It is about a Galactic Federation trooper stranded on the secret space pirate planet that was, unbeknownst, made a Galactic Federation military base. And this game is actually something that I decided to put in here as, well, as a little added feature I'm pretty sure a lot of people like, is the fact that this is where Nightmare was originally developed. Not BSL. He wasn't actually made there. Nightmare and others like him, stretching that, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have heads turning like Ben. Others like him were made on this planet. Jackpot. Now, Nightmare, I don't want to spoil this because I want to save the best for last. Nightmare is not exactly the final stage of his development, if you get what I mean. I'll tell you at probably near the end of the video. But about Metroid Legends, I actually have someone that can actually make it completely and very good. Dr. M64, who's making the Metroid 2 remake for the computer, 2D side-scroller. It's amazing. You should probably check it out at metroid2remake.blogspot.com. If you want, it's actually really good and definitely better. I'd probably say it puts in second for 2D side-scrollers than Super Metroid. Metroid Legends follows you're a Galactic Federation trooper. Go around. I'm not gonna kind of go too much into it because I want to keep some of it secret, at least for now, anyways. But you're stranded on this planet due to one of your ships had got shot down, not by space pirates, but by something else. No, not Nightmare or the Nightmares. More than one. You crash on the planet. Your squad gets killed. The squad you've been with for years is killed. You're pretty mad, and you go out searching for what the reason is, and discover the Federation base that's nobody's supposed to know about except those really politician military people. You know what type I'm talking about. Oh, it's for the better of the human race and crap like that. Basically, just pretty much not supposed to know about it. But you go on the base and you discover all these secrets and bad things about the Federation, and you start investigating further until you manage to find a survivor of the base from a space pirate attack that was earlier. But actually, the space pirate base that's actually here is actually more ancient, like star architecture ancient. So this is where the space pirates were like really early on in their development. Of course, they still had an interstellar traveler, but I figured how Metroid Prime took the high-tech stone ruins into account. I figured that would be a pretty cool thing for this, especially since kind of the base and that is kind of tied together by pretty much just by someone blowing up a wall, really. Thankfully, this game is not like Metroid Fusion because you can actually go and instead of like Metroid Fusion, you're pretty much stuck. Sequence breaking is really hard, which I'm able to do. If you get the plasma beam early by bomb jumping up there, really hard, by the way. It takes like 50 tries to get it once. Getting the plasma beam, you pretty much screw up the whole game, and you get a beam called that I dubbed the scatter beam. It appears in different locations every time. Also, you get to see some of the ripped from the game creatures that they didn't want to put in, and there's some of them there. But Metroid Legends, you do get, of course, you do get the customized, the power ups, customizable things, stuff like that. Since the missions actually originated from the Galactic Federation in the first place. Those are in there. Of course, rather than having the Metroid Fusion sprite for the Federation Trooper, I'm actually going to use a totally different one that actually resembles the Metroid Prime 2 Galactic Federation Trooper. I want to show, the gun hook, with the gun hooked up to there, not the Prime 3. I like the Prime 2 ones, those are cool. That one's going to be in there. Which, actually, I can pretty much really use the Samus' Zero Mission sprite. Kind of like that, at least the way he holds his weapon. I'm actually going to make this a shorter video. How much is it? 5 minutes, okay. Now, the point of the game is... Oh, wait, I explained the point, but the base of the point is you have to... Towards the end of the game, it's not really a spoiler, but of course you have to escape with a timer. Except there's a little bit of a catch and twist there that nobody will expect. Now, on about the things that I really want to talk about. Nightmare. Now, Nightmare, his faceplate that he had in Fusion, well, my plans is Nightmare is actually different. The actual Nightmare, or at least Phase 1 Nightmare, has none of the faceplate, has a gravity generator, of course, pretty much just doesn't have the faceplate, except has the shield, which I call, make it sound cool, Nightmare Ghost Shield. It's pretty much just like a, pretty much you'll just see like a, how those lines that go down like that, pretty much like that. It'll be over his face like that, you know, yellow, but still, it'll be a shield. It's pretty hard to beat. His back will actually be vulnerable for certain attacks because there's one that's going to be really powerful, not even called Nightmare anymore, that is going to be a really pain in the ass to beat. Now, Nightmare was on his way to going into his Phase 3. Phase 2 is the faceplate. Because you have to compensate. I'm going to put additional weapons on there that like weren't in Fusion, but were supposed to be. I guess because it got damaged or something. He's going to actually have hands. Actually going to have hands that he can grab you with. This Nightmare won't be just like move and blah, just move one direction. He'll actually be able to move his hands and grab you and punch you and crush you and try to squeeze you to death. And even try eating you. Which is actually a really cheap way to kill him. Nightmare was on his way to... The faceplate was... That was Phase 2. On his way to Phase 3, of course, that's when, you know, you intervene in Fusion and blah, blah, blah. But let me get on to the really something that would actually give you nightmares. Phantom. This is the final stage of Nightmare's development. Calling him Phantom because, first of all, not only can he cloak, but he can phase in and out. As in, he can go right through you, come up behind you, nail you. Phantom's AI is going to be really, really sophisticated and really hard. It will really think, and it will really put you to your limits. Like you're on Legendary when you're on Easy when you're playing him. I know Metroid games have to have that kind of hardness. Phantom not only has the shield, the cloaking device, and the phasing ability, but he also has two gigantic giggity goo cannons that have different weapon modulations. They can actually switch to different things. He also has you know how the Nova Beam was? Well, that's, you know, I'm pretty much just gonna call it Nova Energy because, well, in real life there's actually something called Nova Lightning, and it's green, coincidentally. So it's just gonna, that he has pretty much his cannons are like that. You can't regain shielding if you get hit by that, and if you get hit by his really strong attack, the one where where his gravity generator kind of like hooks up to the rest of his body and he shoots that red beam at you, you're screwed. And unless you really get skilled, you are dead. You're gonna die the first time. I guarantee it. I will die the first time. Because that beam will not let you regain your shields, but you won't be able to repair, and your weapon fire rate will be really diminished. Like, screwed. Oh, I guess not so short after all. But Legends is definitely, I wanted to get developed by Dr. M64 is making the Metroid 2 remake. If my secret project, which I explained in the last video, actually funds Arcturus, then I'm going to use the money and I'm just going to pay him to do it. And of course, music and everything. He's really good at doing music, thankfully. Definitely good with the level design. I'm confident that he can definitely do it while me supervising and stuff like that. I wish I could post. I have actually been doing Game Maker 8. I did a Nightmare Sprite. I can't post it. It won't. My computer won't let me because my computer's dead. Going on.